Oh, hello. Welcome to another episode of Just Like the Simulations, the regular series where I play games off Tabletop Simulator against my good friend Oro. And tonight you're joining us for something a little bit different to the norm. So, for my side of the list, I'm running Lord Maul, Django Fett, and the Weequay Pirates with Asajj Ventress, Nosserie, and the Aquadroids. So, there's a little bit of a story to this list. I'm trying to predict the balance update, and I'm traveling to a tournament in 2 weeks at Element Games, which is a Thremia. Now, I'm working on the assumption that we are going to be in a snapshot meta which has the balance update, but not Baylon Skoll and Morgan Elspeth. So I think I want to take, bearing in mind we haven't seen the balance update yet at the point of recording, Count Dooku with Kraken and the B1s, because we have seen the new B1 cards with Asajj, Nossa, and Aquas, which is a tweak on the Separatist list that I've been running, just with two cards swapped. So B1s for the Magnas and Kraken swapping out with Django. Now, because the Thremia, I need a third squad to run alongside one of those squads. If I wanted to run a squad alongside Count Dooku, I'd feel like that squad had to have Magnas or B2s, which I don't think they're necessarily going to get updated. So if I want a squad to run aside Asajj, she needs Force. Um, I've done some other tests. I've tried some stuff with Cad Bane. I can't get my head around Cad Bane, so we're going back to the Lord Maul Asajj Ventress pairing, which is something I tried before when I was training for a strict Thremia. The difference is now, because I'm not worried about pairing it with Count Dooku at any point, we've got the Weequay Pirates, who are a solid support, rather than trying to squeeze in a third droid support. And then because Django Fett dropped from the main roster, in preference for Kraken, he's available to appear in this third squad. Therefore, Maul, Django, Weekways, Asajj, Nossa, Aquas. My first time playing this exact list, the big question is going to be Asajj is very force thirsty, Django is quite force thirsty. Can the fact that Lord Maul doesn't need to spend his own force keep everybody else fed? That's what I'm looking to find out during this game. And, does it have punching power? Does it do things? That's my list. Over to you, Oro.
Hello, my name is Roberus, and I play morally grey anti-heroes, apparently. I am trying out Baylon Skoll, and really, this list starts with the idea of Baylon Skoll is really cool. I really want to play him. I was absolutely charmed by Ray Stevenson's performance in Ahsoka Season 1. I know that doesn't make me special. I know that many, many people were charmed by his performance. It's really good. I don't think that that's an unpopular opinion, but I really, really loved Baylon Skoll. I thought he was really cool, intriguing, really thought he was the business, and I am delighted that in a few short weeks I will have a small plastic Baylon Skull in my grubby hand. The week after I get Baylon Skull is the UK Games Expo, which I am attending, and I really want to get him and his box painted and to field them as part of my list at UK Games Expo, which obviously requires some quite quick painting and also means that I'm going to be running with something I've not perhaps had a million reps with. So I'm trying to get some reps in ahead of time. Dizzard has wonderfully updated TTS to include Baylon and his bot. And so I'm running them, and I'm running them with. I'm going to test out a couple of pairings, but today, what I'm going to run them with is the Mandalorian, who produces hunkers for scoundrels and seems to me like he has some synergy with Baylon for that reason. With Luke Skywalker Daring Hero, not Scoundrel, unfortunately, but Luke Skywalker Daring Hero is a Force user, and he is a Force user with a range 5 gun, and so he can hopefully make Shin run around and hit things quite effectively. And Han and Chewie, they are scoundrels. They can benefit from the Mandalorian's hunkers. They, unlike Luke, won't snarl up a clan of two. And they're just a good 5 point support that we are reasonably sure will not be touched by the grim hand of the Grim Nerfer. Um, I'm aware that right now this list would be better with Baze and Churret, but we don't know what Baze and Churret are going to look like for the UKGE. I also don't own the physical plastic of Basin Turret, so I'm testing it out with Han and Chewie instead.
It's very good. A few more little notes before we begin, just while we're on this rich vein of list building. It did occur to me when I was throwing this list together on my side that I would possibility were there for like Lord Maul with Shakti and the new HK assassin droids. As I said, the tournament I'm practicing for, these won't be out yet, but I am watching these HK assassin droids with interest because they have every era, so I want to see how they perform. That will be one to watch. The other thing to point out is Baylon Skoll's stance card. He has two stances here. The other side of his stance card is working perfectly. That's the Form 5. The side that Oro has started on is right now glitching and showing Lord Maul's Dark Rage. If you want to follow along at home, you can find the other side of this on the internet. Oro has it up in front of him, so it won't make sense on the screen when he's reading out his damage numbers, but we know that Dark Rage equates to the other side that isn't Form 5, so it's the Form 6 side when you see Dark Rage on the screen. Missions, I picked strategic positions because that's the mission I'm thinking of maining, and I need more reps in it. Oro picked Never Tell Me the Odds. I won the roll off and chose my own mission. So it's me to go first, my table half, my mission, and I think we're about ready to go, yeah?
I think so.
Okay, so let's flip that struggle 1 card and see. No decision to be made. So standard card, that's good. Right, and then it's me to take the first turn. So let's see what's in the first card. Asajj Ventress. Aha. I do not want Asajj Ventress. Do I not want Asajj Ventress hard enough to risk drawing not? Actually, don't think Nos is that bad as a first turn draw on this map. So I'm gonna reserve Asajj. Possibly my least favorite top draw ever, because she just goes up into the middle and dies because she's got 9 health. And we get Django Fett. So Django's fine. We play Django. Django is gonna have to have a relatively boring one, I think. Let me think about this for a minute. So we're going to take Django up here. We're going to grab our long move tool. Are we going to head up to this middle objective? Yeah, I think so. So we'll do a long move to there. And then let's have a look what a short move looks like. Yeah. So I'm going to choose to focus because when I focus, I get a free jump. And it just saves me the force. I could hunker and then spend a force to jump, right, and be on the objective with hunker, but I'd rather keep the force in the bag at the moment and just sit Django there. So I'm going to claim this. Oh, no, that's the wrong state. I'm going to claim this objective. I'm apparently blue. And this objective. And then we're going to say over to you, Oro.
I'll just claim the objective held by Han and Chewie.
Yeah.
And then I will flip my top card and see what it is. It is the Mandalorian.
We're having quite similar turns.
Hmm.
Now you're thinking about this because you don't want to draw Shin, don't you? That's the trap card here.
I don't know that Shin would be that terrible.
Oh, she does have a Django Fett you can try and kill. Which is a thing. But Shin, remember, I'm saying this for viewers at home, I know that you know what your stuff does. Shin can't be reserved, and she's quite weedy with 8 health. We'll see.
I will spend a force to reserve the Mandalorian.
Yep. Luke.
And I get Luke Skywalker, daring hero. I can live with Luke Skywalker, daring hero.
Mm-hmm. Now, he has... So he can repo himself or Han and Chewie, and that's it, right?
That's correct.
Oh.
He's going to repo Han of Han and Chewie.
Uh-huh.
Han of Han and Chewie is going to go to there. He is now within an inch of an ingress point. So he's going to come up here. Just going to shift him to.
We're going to try and get that on the wrong level, hopefully.
That's the plan. He needs to go back a tiny bit.
Oh, things that you can do trivially in the real world.
Yes, indeed. And yeah, that will do. And let's see if yeah. So yeah. And Luke himself is going to take a move action.
Yeah.
He is going to ascend this ladder.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to spend a little time tediously seeing how far forward I can get from the ladder. That's ever so slightly too far forward. That will do. I'm going to recall all my movement tools. See what 5 inches from Nossery looks like. I don't think that 5 inches from Nossery can be accomplished. Oh, sorry. At the start of Luke's turn, I would have opted to retain his hunker till the end of his turn.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Because there's no reason not to.
Yeah. And so now you're thinking about grappling up for a second hunker and then a big shooting attack.
That is the thought, but I don't think I can get in range of Nosser. Can I get in range of the Aquas? Doesn't look particularly more hopeful. I think the sensible thing, given I don't think I'll get in range for a shot or onto another objective, is to save my force. So I will save my force. At the end of my action, I take control of this one, and I score.
Yep.
Over to you.
Over to me. Okay.
And at the end of Luke Skywalker's turn, he does lose his hunker.
Yeah. So there's... I guess we're having a more casual game, right? Because I feel like narrating more of my thought patterns today. There's a play here where Asajj, I could try and burn all the force and get Asajj up there and do horrible things to Luke Skywalker, but I just need to put someone on this open objective, so I'm gonna flip and see where we go. Yeah, the pirates. That's nice. That's what we want. So we'll do some piratical things. We'll start with a move action here. Do I want to split the pirates, or do I want to keep them together? We will send the pirates in this direction, and we will keep the pirates together. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, that's fine, isn't it? No, don't flip the tool, you perfidious machine.
Look, if you're going to employ pirates, you need to expect them to be falling down drunk occasionally.
And then we're going to spend a force here for what is technically a climb, right?
Yep. The old horizontal climb.
Right, yeah. And then we will stop to consider our lives for a moment. We'll actually make sure we spend that force. Pirates are not really going to have anything, because pirates are not blessed with range 5. They only have range 4 on their little pirate guns, so they are not doing anything to Daring Luke. So instead, they will take themselves the hunker action. Come on, snap the tool to the model. There we go. There's a good chap. Yeah, they're going to hit the wall, aren't they? So that one's going to go like so. That one is going to go, well, there's this stupid foot here. Like so, right? And they will be hunkered. And I will claim this objective. And the game is not kicking off to a exciting fireworks-filled start, but I have claimed 3. So 1, 2, 3. And over to you, Oro.
Okay. I do not think this is the time for the Mandalorian. So I'm going to flip, and I get the HK. At the start of their turn, they get to dash towards any enemy.
Mm-hmm.
I believe each of them can select a different enemy, but in this instance, both of them wish to dash towards Jango Fett. So the first one dashes. The second one does a dash, which leaves him within an inch of this ladder, and then ascends.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Okay. Let's examine their card and see if there's a reason to prefer shooting and/or to prefer melee. Jango Fett is not a primary, so being engaged with him will grant us no benefits. Does Jango Fett have any difference in his defensive characteristics in close quarters or in melee?
No, he's nails. 5 dice, whatever way you slice it.
I suppose in that case I will make a ranged attack, because that gives me slightly more options if something unexpected happens as a result of the ranged attack,
I would say that
rather than make.
melee expertise is better, but not by a lot, right? So fine, yeah.
I think for normal, I really hate their expertise actually, because I think 2 hits are better. I think 2 hits is better than a crit most of the time.
Oh, very well.
So I don't love their expertise, which I suppose means I think that their ranged expertise is better, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Less chance of getting.
It gives them alarming counter synergy with Baylon.
Right. Okay. Sorry, this is for the one on the ground. I should have specified that.
Yeah.
I also should have specified at the start of their turn they're choosing to keep their hunker.
Yeah.
I could spend the hunker to add an expertise here, but it would do nothing, so I don't. I have 4 hits, 3 crits.
Okay, I have 4 blocks, so enjoy your... No, yeah, 4 blocks, so enjoy your crits.
So I go 3 down my tree. I do you 3 damage, shove you twice, and then I reposition.
Right.
So back off our point, bounty hunter. And then this guy is going to reposition. And I am now in a situation where I have, I'm taking that point without further
You
action,
shoved me out
and
of
I have in
range.
fact
Yeah.
shoved Jango Fett out of range of the second one. No one else is in any kind of conceivable range for this range attack, so that second attack is wasted.
Yeah.
I am going to take a move action and to drop the second HK
Next
next to the
friend.
first,
Yes, yeah.
because I think with one thing and another, and the fact that, yeah, Oh, I've done it now. It's possible that what I should have done was hunker them, because then the one that was on the point would have the ability to spring back onto the point if attacked and not killed.
Ah,
But I didn't do that. I chose to move instead, and I don't think I can reasonably call back axes after I've completed the move. So they end their turn, they lose their hunker. I take control of this objective,
you do.
and I score 3. Over
You
to
do.
you.
Over to me. I don't think I want Asajj at this point. Still think what I really want is Lord Maul, but that is, well, Shatterpoint. I'd Shatterpoint Lord Maul as well, so that's 50-50, isn't it? Yeah, well, let's draw the card and see what we get and witness the inevitable nosserie. Come on. Ah, no, Lord Maul, there you go. So, off we go. Now, these chaps have some bonuses involving primaries. So if I engage you with Lord Maul, you will gain protection and steadfast
I will.
at the start of my attack. Interesting stuff. Still gonna, but interesting stuff. So, Lord Maul.
I'm sorry, I was just amused when the small movement tool came next to Lord Maul, because Lord Maul don't do small movements. Lord Maul is a large movement tool man.
Lord Maul is going to make a move. And then Lord Maul is going to take some damage to make a second long move. Yeah, into... No! Deploy is on.
I've just turned it off. There was a clear indication that you could place him where you wanted to place him.
Yeah. Cool. So that's a damage on Lord Maul. And then we're going to go... there's no place to run. Targeting this assassin droid here. And we're going to pull him toward Lord Maul, past Lord Maul, down over there. And then this exposes the HK assassin droids and places 2 more damage on Lord Maul. So now you are exposed, and I'm getting a bonus dice to my attack roll. So I'm making a 7 dice melee attack.
I shall roll 5 defensive melee dice, and I shall throw away any expertise. I throw away the 2 expertise I rolled and have a single block.
Very good. I have 2 expertise myself, which yields a crit and a damage. So I have 3 crits, 2 hits, and a damage in the pool. You have a block. So I lose... Did I say... I don't know why I said 3 crits. 3 crits, 2 hits, yeah. So I lose a hit. So I go 4 down my tree with the bonus damage. Splendid. You have protection and steadfast, don't you?
I do.
And so, okay. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're gonna be alive on 1 and not shoved, which is tragic.
Won't I be alive on 2 because I have protection?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a bonus damage makes 7.
Oh, yeah, the bonus damage to the pool. I will be alive on 1 and not shoved.
Yep. So you may take
What can
6 damage and a pin. Yeah. I have a repo and 2 heals to play with. The continuing question with Lord Maul is, do you actually heal him? But I think I will heal him. Which I know people will balk at and say, shouldn't heal him. And then I've got this repo. I don't think I'm going to be able to steal that other objective, but it's worth it. It's worth a measure. Since I've got a free repo, get on the floor, tool. I think that's more than
I
a
think that
base
is
width.
slightly more than a 40mm base, yes.
Yeah. And then this ingress point here doesn't help me. So, am I going to repo anywhere at all? Yeah, I'm just gonna pop myself down right on this point, which I haven't swapped, but you know, now there's Darth Maul on it.
Yeah.
Yep. Over to you, the Oro.
You may want to score points.
Oh yeah. I score a measly 2 points.
And I believe we both gain
We
momentum.
hit the 0. Yeah.
Okay. I've looked at the clock, and I don't think it's yet Mandalorian o'clock. So I'm going to flip from the top of my deck.
Just for the
And
benefit of the people at home, I'm noticing the overlay thinks that your HKs have 8 health and they have 7.
Right, so I have Shinhati. Don't have a choice about what I do with Shinhati.
Well, not least because your reserve slide's full.
That's one of the reasons I don't have a choice about what I do with Shinhati.
Yeah,
There are others.
my point is you don't need to feel bad.
Okay. I will opt to retain her hunker at the start of her activation.
Yeah.
I will start with a move action, which I will use to advance.
Yeah.
There we go. Goes to there.
Yeah.
I will spend hunker rather than force to. Is that sensible? Who cares?
Very good, sir.
I will spend hunker rather than force to do a furious rush. I have dashed, and you are now exposed, Lord Maul.
Oh, very good.
And I will make a 7 dice attack into you.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a little disappointing.
I mean, you're glad you exposed me.
Yes.
2 blocks.
3 hits. So I'm going 1 down my tree.
Oh, well.
You take damage.
Yep.
I can reposition.
Okay.
I don't think there's a landing place between the HKs and Django Fett.
No, you'd end up nuzzled between them.
Yeah. I will go here. I think I've not managed to steal that point from you. No, I
Yeah.
haven't. But
But now, if Baylon makes an attack action, she can incidentally wander onto that point.
yes. Or if Luke makes an attack action.
Yeah. I see. I'm wise to your devious little ways. It's good.
I'll score 3.
Yeah, you will. Right over to me. I still, despite being one of my favourite characters, I still don't want. With both in this holding pattern, we've got these primaries on the far side where nothing's going on, nothing's going on, and it's like, I still don't want a Sergeant Ventress. So it's got Shatterpoint, Aquas, and Nossari down here, which, you know. So it's likely to be something over on this side of the forest.
I think if you, I don't mean to tell you your business.
Go on.
If I drew the Shatterpoint and I was you, I would activate Lord Maul, and I would certainly kill the HKs, and I might try to do something else, but it would be a nice, simple job of getting a point with Lord Maul. He
We'll
has
see.
all the tools he needs.
We will see what happens with that. So we're going to draw top deck. It is the Aqua Droids. Alas and alack. Yeah. So we must play Aqua Droids. That's okay. I'm gonna head, I think, in this sort of direction here.
For transparency, I'm checking my discard pile.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, cool. We move the other Aqua Droid. And then we will pay a force for a dash and focus. Dash. Don't go over there. What are you doing? Cute. Yeah. Oh, okay. Fine. Good. Right. So the front Aqua Droid here is going to take a focused ranged attack into this HK-87 assassin droid back here next to Django.
Okay.
So that's an 8 dice attack.
4 dice to defend. I have a block and an almost certainly pointless crit to hit.
Okie dokie. I have 2 crits to hit and 2 expertise. 2 expertise on shooting is only a single hit. So I get to go 3 down my tree. So you have 1 damage and protection. That's fine.
Yep.
So I can do 4 damage, so you are wounded. And then a shove that you will ignore. And then furthermore, I can have a dash. So if I take this dash over in this direction, I cannot cheekily snipe this point. That is too much to hope for. But I think I will go up this ingress, for there will be a second struggle. This Aqua Droid is going to take a shot at Luke Skywalker, Daring Hero, simply because he is a target of opportunity. I'm aware. Is he hunkered?
He's not.
Oh, splendid.
Oh, sorry. Before this happens,
Yes,
I'm my revenge.
very good.
The Mandalorian heals twice to no great effect, repositions directly forwards, and then all scoundrels, bounty hunters, and Mandalorians within 4, which is in this instance Han and Chewie,
Yeah.
get to remove a condition, which doesn't affect them, and gain a hunker, which very much does in this particular list.
Yeah, that's splendid. I'll tell you, I'm keeping my roll though because it was great.
Oh yeah, sure. And I will keep my roll, which wasn't fantastic. I have 2 blocks and a crit to hit.
4 hits and a crit, all told. So I get to go 3 down my tree again. I will do 4 damage, a shove, and a dash. Now
Cool.
then, can I? So I'm gonna shove you off, right? Goodbye, Luke Skywalker, daring hero. I'm certainly gonna shove up. And I'll see where this dash can land me. Certainly move in the direction of this objective that I covered. There is no space up there because your brother is up there. You are down here. So fine, but Lord Maul takes this objective anyway because the HKs are now wounded.
Yep. Be sure to mark the momentum for having wounded the HKs.
Yes, sir. So I will score 3 and gain a momentum. 1, 2, 3. Hit the 0. More momentum happens. Over to you, Oro.
Right. Okay. The remaining cards are Han and Chewie, Shatterpoint, and Baylon Skoll. I am happy with any of those. Han and Chewie. They are going to opt to retain their 2 focus until the end of the turn.
Yep.
They are going to spend a force to become force users.
Oh, very good.
They're going to take a move action. Chewbacca is going to advance. Han, it's also an advance, I guess, but I'm going to use the dash tool because it's closer to where I want to go. Han drops neatly onto that objective.
Yeah.
They're going to take the attack action.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, let me just check the wording on things.
So if you're shooting me, I currently have cover 1 from being within 2 of inactive objectives, as per the
That's fine.
scenario. Yep.
Okay. I am indeed shooting you. I'm shooting the 4 most Aquadroid, and currently I am shooting him from Chewbacca.
Yep.
7 dice. Right. I'm happy to keep my expertise as they are. So I have 6 hits and a crit.
2 blocks and a redundant crit and normal.
Okay, so that's 5. That's my 3.
Very good.
Cool. Take 5 damage, pin strain, which you will turn to 4 damage,
4
pin
damage.
strain.
Yep.
And I'm going to shove you backwards twice, which you actually go quite a way because you have such a large base. Okay. Han is going to shoot the Aquadroid who remains visible.
Yep.
Again with 7 dice.
Better.
Right.
Have 5 blocks and a crit to a normal.
Right. I have 2 hits, 2 crits. I have so many expertise, there's absolutely no point in using these hunkers, which are nevertheless going to fall off. So I end up going 1 down from my 1 crit because you turn one of my crits to a normal.
Yeah.
I will do you 2 damage, which I know you will reduce to 1.
Yep.
These hunkers go away. Oh, these hunkers will go at the end of the turn. They don't actually go away now. I realise the end of the turn is close, but it's not quite here. I spend a force for trained to be something more. Shinhati will reposition and then could make a 5 dice attack targeting the aquadroids. She doesn't care about aquadroids. She's just repositioning on to take that objective.
Yeah.
Which is a good use of 1 point of anyone's force. I end my turn. I take control of that objective. I give myself a point of momentum for having wounded the aquadroid, and then I score 3.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Oh, and sorry, just before I end my turn, I can use.
You didn't wound the aquadroids.
Oh, I didn't wound the aquadroids, so I can't actually use "We're all fine here, thank you" anyway.
And
So let's get rid of that momentum.
yeah. Yeah.
Over to you.
I go. Right, okay. Still not the time for Ventress, I don't think. Alas. So let's see who we get. Shatterpoint. All right. I think. Let me think. Yeah. Aquadroids are worthless because they're pinned, strained, and 3 health away from death, so they would achieve very little. I will probably go for Django Fett. I think Django can take back that point from Shinhati with his Django ways. Django is going to perform the focus action, I think, which gets him a jump. Oh, you just tidy up your tool there for me.
Oh, certainly.
And then we will think about things. We'll do the attack and see where we end up. So Django is going to punch. Does she have a clap? Actually, doesn't, does she?
She has riposte.
Oh, like so, 2 damage.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll do a 7 dice melee attack. Django. Yeah, that's pretty good. 2 hits, 2 crits, and a damage in the pool.
2 blocks and a crit to a hit.
Right. So 3 and a strain for you there, Miss Shinhati. And then
3 damage and a strain.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I take 2.
And did you roll a miss?
Yeah, I did.
Yes,
Yeah.
you take.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
No, I. Ooh.
Ah.
Yes, you take 2. I pop my strain, but
Okay.
because riposte is a reactive and it happens after the attack is resolved, I did need to make that difficult decision over whether to take 3 damage to give you 2 damage.
But you're choosing to do it, yeah?
I am, because the straight, like, if I chose not, I realize I'm taking more damage, but if I left it as it was, I'd also have to deal with the strain later.
Cool.
And now I'm on 2 health, and if you wound me, the Mando repositions.
Yeah, that's true. I am positioned awkwardly. I'm going to have to spend a lot of force. I can take this point, but I think I'm going to have to spend... Go away. a lot of force because I can't slide you off this way towards me, I don't think. No, because of the terrain. Oh.
You do, I think, still have an action that you can use to move.
Nope, focus and shot.
Oh, yep, fair.
I can do a jump, but I'll pay a force for it. But that's okay. I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna spend a force to jump sort of there, right,
And then capture
and then
wire.
yeah, and then spend a
Yeah, so
force
you're
to
spending
capture one.
2 of your 3
Three
remaining
force. Yeah,
force,
that's it.
taking the point, and I'm becoming pinned.
That's it. That's what happens.
Which does 2 things. One, you get the point, which is obviously always nice. But 2, I can't take the point back with just a force user attack.
It's precisely this. Yeah, I probably could have done that better. I think I could have sent that initial jump over there and saved me a force, but aha, such is life. So I am scoring 3.
Yep.
1, 2, and we hit the 0 again.
It loves that 0.
It does this time. It's not our usual thing when we play this mission, but yeah.
No. Okay, this is Baylon or the Shatterpoint. I have 3 force left. Mandalorian has managed to move forward once. Okay. The points I do not control are very far from the Mandalorian. The Shatterpoint would provide me with an opportunity to do something with the HKs, probably. If I flip Baylon, I can spend all my remaining force to have a hilarious Baylon turn. Okay. Yep, I'll flip from the top of the deck. It's a Shatterpoint. Right, let's have a boring, boring Shatterpoint. Yes. Yes, yes. Okay, I Shatterpoint. I wake up the HKs.
Yep.
Each of them can dash towards an enemy. This HK on the ground, this HK up near here is going to dash towards Jango Fett. This HK is going to opt not to dash.
Biscuit risking.
Well, I can, after I've made the attack. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm risking it for a biscuit. Let's start with the attack into Jango Fett, which
Very good.
is with 6 dice. And yeah, with 6 dice.
5 blocks.
Okay, I have 4 hits, so that is doing nothing.
Love me that Beskar armor.
The attack into Lord Maul, which comes with 2 more dice.
Very good. Four blocks.
Well, shut my mouth about, sort of whole I prefer 2 hits to a crit, because 2 hits would be eaten by your blocks, whereas this 1 crit isn't. I have 2 hits and a crit.
Yep.
And What I'm opting to do to you is a shove. I realise this will not get you off the point.
Just a shove? Yeah, just a shove.
And that dash will not get me off the point. But I'm no longer in melee range with Lord Maul. So what I can do with my remaining action is I'll take a move. This HK droid will just dash to make space for his friend.
Yep.
And this HK droid will do a long move to steal that point.
Yeah. All right.
I tried for 2, but I was able to salvage 1 in the face of, I think, rather bad dice luck all in.
Yeah.
No wounds, but I score 3.
Okay. Nossa Re or Asajj Ventress with 1 force. Well. Well. And furthermore, well. I don't think either of them are coming back there to influence that point particularly. Yeah. Darth Maul is a scoundrel. But that would just put a second body on it and wouldn't actually help because it would become tired. A riddle. A very much riddle. Okay. We will go for Yeah, there's something very weird going on because Shin Hati has 8 wounds and the overlay says she has 7. And the HKs have 7 wounds and the overlay says they have 8. That was just puzzling me. Sorry, I have to stop prevaricating. I have to have a shit activation and then possibly a second shit activation, which is not what you want to see in the life. Alright, we'll play Nossa Re. There you are. He will use his ability to dash someone or reposition them if they have damage in order to move Asajj forward a little bit, I think. And then Nossa Re is going to have a think about whether he can just sort of annoy Luke Skywalker. Certainly can. Yeah. And then we will have a shot into Luke with a bonus aquatic dice because you are within 5 of an aqua droid. That is what is going to occur. So a 7 dice attack.
Four dice of defense. A block and a crit to a hit.
3 hits and a crit, so I get to go 3 down my tree. I have a very complicated tree. So I need to do 3 to wound Luke.
3 to wound Luke.
I can do 3 in any of the 3 ways in which I could go. So you are wounded and disarmed. Do I want that repo? Where am I going with it? What am I doing with it? What even is my life, says Nossery. I'm gonna go for 4 damage, disarm, a pin, and a heal, which is pointless. But you are dead, disarmed and pinned, Luke.
Cool. Mando repos. Mando gives a hunker to Han and Chewie.
I will score a momentum for wounding Hero Luke.
I have engaged Nossery, if it matters.
And I will score 2 of these. And I will gain another momentum. Is it? Yeah, 2. Yeah, that's correct, isn't it? And I will gain another momentum, therefore, for not dragging it back onto my side. Over
Okay.
to you.
Right. Okay. If I can score a wound and not lose control of any point, you have no revenge, do you? Apart from Lord Maul's personal revenge.
Yeah, Lord Maul's personal revenge.
If I can score a wound and not lose control of any points, I can win this.
Yep.
Struggle now. I think Mando can do that possibly forcelessly, so I'm going to give that a try.
Yep.
And leave 3 force for a Baylon activation, which will be my first activation in Struggle 2, which I think sounds like a good way to come out of the gate in Struggle 2.
Mm.
So it's Mando. He's going to choose to retain his hunker for this activation rather than getting rid of it now.
Yeah.
I'm going to focus.
Yeah.
And I'm going to shoot the aquadroids. This one in particular.
I thought you said you'd engage Nossery.
Oh, I haven't engaged Nossery. Right.
So you must either move or punch Nossery. Yeah.
Right.
But you can take back your focus, I don't mind.
No, I'll focus and punch Nossery.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'm definitely going to spend that hunker for an extra expertise because it's a whole crit. And so I will have 4 hits and 2 crits. What have you got?
3 blocks, so you go 3 down.
Okay. I go 3 down my tree, and that's going to be 5 damage and a shove. But I will shove you, and I won't follow it up. I will then spend one of my force for clan of 2. I'm going to check if I'm within range of this objective on the wrong level. I am. Good. I will decline to use the movement element of a clan of 2 and simply make a 5 dice attack at Nossery.
Yeah, I was just reading that. You're not within 2 of Luke, so you're okay. Thought it was 3 for a minute there. Yeah. Ranged attack is this.
It is a ranged attack, yes.
Yeah, so 1 less dice.
I have 3 hits and a crit.
2 blocks.
Right, I'm going 2 down my tree, take 3 damage and another push. I think that wounds you.
Certainly does.
Nossery bumps into Asajj Ventress. I get a momentum for wounding you.
Yep.
Mandalorian ends his turn. I score 3. I claim the struggle.
Yep.
Had hoped to do that forthlessly, but
I don't know why we got an extra struggle token there.
I don't know. It was there, so I moved it off. Yeah, I'd hoped to do that forcefully, but I managed it anyway, and I'm reasonably happy with that.
Right.
Flip over the struggle card, decide it, and then roll priority. I cannot remember if these. I think let's hope that they are not flipped like last time we did this.
So, okay. So those 3 would shake out to being mine, yours, yours. Whereas these 3, yeah. Well, I know that you've got Baylon, and I wouldn't mind Baylon having to just walk over to a point and stand there. That would be pretty shit. So, maybe I will give you this top one.
And it flipped correctly. Huzzah, hurrah!
It did flip correctly, which is nice. That's good. Okie dokie do. So, and then we can roll priority. We roll 2 different symbols.
And they even fall. It's all working today.
That's good. That is good. And we must play Ventress. So that's fine. We will. I mean, it's the Mandalorian, so he's got quite good defensive expertise, but it's really the only play here, isn't it? So we're going to move up. And we're going to... Yeah, we're going to move up. We're going to spend our last force to have 2 extra dice from Nossery's Riptide, because you wounded him, so it costs force. And we're going to do a 10 dice attack into the Mandalorian.
It's good to roll defense dice, not attack dice, Ben.
Come on, Asajj. Not bad.
5 blocks and a crit to a miss.
So 2 expertise is 2 crits and a hit. So you block all of my hits and 1 of my crits. So I only go 3 down my tree and not the 4 that I craved. Tragic. You can have... Do I want to do damage or conditions? Yeah, you have a heal whenever I wound something. You have heals. So it's probably going to be better just to do 6 damage because it's more shit that you have to deal with. I don't know. Does that make sense? Not really. I'll do 3 damage, a strain, a disarm, and expose. I decided.
Okay. Strain, disarm, and expose.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
It didn't get the force push, so that point is nobody's now, I
Yep.
believe. Lord Maul claims this point for me. And Baylon's not quite on his point because he hasn't moved. And then this point is yours.
Yes.
Nope, that's my colour, Phil. Nope.
Yes.
State number 4. There we go.
There we go.
Right. So I will score 1. And then
Okay.
I will do the deck admin.
I flip. To nobody's surprise, it is Baylon Skoll. Only his friends can take advantage of keeping their hunkers at the start of their activation. He can't do it to himself,
Tragic.
which is something I think people are probably going to misplay for a bit. But I've tried to get it knocked in early. He will take a move action and ascend. He will. It's the end of the deck. He will use Force Enhanced Dexterity twice, neglecting to take the dash at all and just taking hunkers. Then he'll take the hunker action.
Can I make a suggestion? Do you want suggestions?
Sure.
Well, it just occurs to me that you could instead have spent one of your force by having Baylon take an attack action with no target, which is perfectly legal, and then Shinhati spends a force to clear her pin. But, you know, as long as you're aware that was an option you decided not to take, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm happy with Baylon having
3 hunkers
spent a
rather than
bunch of
2?
force.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baylon has 3 hunkers. He's Mr. Hunker. Although he's not going to get to keep them, is he? In that he'll have to put them off at the end of his next turn. Oh well, I said what I said. What I said. I did what I did. Let
You claim the point, you score 2.
I claim the point. I score 2.
I don't regret my choice of forcing you to have that horrible activation. Right.
I can't even really call it new model syndrome because he's not. He's not. I don't have the model yet. He's not yet mine.
The Weekway Pirates. Week away, a week away, a week away, a week away. Okay. The Weekway Pirates are starting on an objective, which in Struggle 2 means that they may dash. If they decide not to dash, they gain Impact 1 and Sharpshooter 1 until the end of turn. Okay, that's important to know for science. Week away, week away, week away, week away, week away. What is the play with the week aways? You could. Yeah, there's no point. They can't take 2 points. They can definitely take 1 point and they can have a good time while they do it. So, the weekways are going to take the dash from the mission ability.
Groovy.
And then they're going to take the full move. Yeah, I don't know why. I should have just picked it and put him where I wanted him, really. No, go away. And this weak way is obviously going to come in here. And then the weak ways are going to punch the Mandalorian. They're going to make use of their pack hunter. So while they're both engaged, or while the enemy they're fighting is engaged with another allied weak way character, they get +2 dice. So net result, both attacks are going to be 8 dice. Unless I stupidly shove you away with the first attack out of engagement or some shit. But yeah, so an 8 dice attack into the weak ways, into the Mando from the weak ways. Yes.
I'm exposed, and so don't get the benefit of my very lovely expertise.
No, I know.
I didn't roll any expertise. I have 3 blocks.
I have 7 hits.
I know.
So four down my tree, you say?
Pour down your
Cool.
tree, I do indeed say so.
We will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. Reapply the expose, and have a shove and a reposition that I don't think I want.
Okay.
Because I want my other weak way
5
to get...
damage and reapplying the expose.
Yes. And then the other weak way pirate. And then I'm not going to shove you. I'm not going to reposition. The other weak way pirate's just going to do his level best to kill the Mandalorian by rolling 8 dice.
Okay, again I get 6 dice, but again no expertise. This time I rolled a whole bunch of expertise. I get 1 block.
Cool. I get 4 hits and a crit. So you block a hit. I go down to 4 down my tree. How much health do you have left?
I have 3 health left.
So this time we will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, 2 shoves and a pin.
I have. I am wounded and have all 4 conditions. Oh no, I'm no longer exposed.
This time we will make use of our 2 shoves. Go away, the Mandalorian, and be pinned and in majestic over there. May you play no further part in this struggle. Good. And then the weak ways will make use of spending a force for raiding party. Each character in this unit may climb. And they are going to climb onto the objective. I mean, they're already on the objective, but they're going to climb onto the correct level.
So you have 2 bodies on the correct level, which is a commanding place to be.
And I will claim this point. It becomes my point. And I will score a mighty 2. But I will also gain a momentum for wounding the Mandalorian.
Right. Let's see what I get from the top of my deck. And I'll have a decision to make if it's anything other than Shin Hati, in which case I'll have no decisions to make at all. It's the Shatterpoint.
Every decision.
It is every decision, right? Okay. The question is, who is best placed to go kill the weak ways and get the priority bonus point? I think there is only one answer to this, and that answer is Haniel and Chewbacca.
Mm-hmm.
So I activate Han and Chewie. I do not think at this point it is sensible or proportionate to turn either of them into Force users.
Just
I
because
don't wish to spend.
I don't want you to miss it. You can have a dash, or you can have sharpshooter or impact, but you must decide at the start of your activation. Because we should all learn the new mission.
Okay. Yeah, why not? Okay, I will retain my hunker and use it this activation. Please and thank you. I don't want a dash. or at least not a dash from this source, I will. Yes. Yes. Yeah. No, I will. Is that a really stupid thing to do? No, no. I know what I'm doing. I will decline the dash, and I will become. Is it impact and sharpshooter one?
1, yes. It sure is.
I'll become impact and sharpshooter one.
Mm-hmm.
After having. Oh, I should refresh all of my force. I was going.
Traditionally,
Why
yep.
have I no force? Yes. I will spend a force for Lookout He's Loose. I will dash Chewbacca, who just feels like the right one to dash. Like, I'm aware that you can do Lookout He's Loose to dash Han, but it doesn't feel right, does it? Dash Chewbacca. Chewbacca ascends the ladder. He is now engaged with these guys.
Yeah.
Let me look at the exact ruling. Yeah.
You have to choose a specific weak way, sadly.
I choose a specific weak way. The specific weak way I choose is the closer of the two. Yeah, I choose the closer of the two weak ways.
Right.
He may dash.
Yes, he may dash. If
You
he's still
can.
engaged, he's exposed. If he's not engaged, he's disarmed. I understand. Uh, I think I have to stand there. Oh, yeah, maybe. I think I have to stand there and consume the exposed.
Okie dokie. I will focus, and then I will attack with a shooting attack from Han.
Which weak way in particular, just out of curiosity?
I am shooting the weak way furthest from Chewbacca. And it's 9 dice because I'm focused and sharpshooter.
Yeah. 3 blocks, and I've expended my exposed.
Okay, I have 3 expertise. I could spend the hunker we have to gain an extra damage, essentially. What I have is 3 crits and 4 hits. You have 3 blocks,
Yeah.
so that would be me going 4 down my tree. Do I wish
Yeah.
to add an extra damage to that? I think I do wish to add an extra damage to that. Take 6 damage and a pin, and I will shove you twice.
Once, because they're steadfast.
Once because you're steadfast. There you go. Down you go.
Yep.
And I've used the hunker.
Yep.
So Chewie's now going on pure dice, but he does have 9 dice
Focused
to
impact.
wail on. Yeah, to wail on this remaining weak way. And I have 2 crits, 6 hits.
3 blocks.
Righto. That's 2 hits, 2 crits, 3 hits, which is 3.
3 damage for the kill.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do you is 5 damage, pin you again, which is a 6 damage, strain you, and shove you twice, which becomes shoving you once. And you can go off the edge to hang out with your little friend. I don't know why this tool is not behaving properly.
You have been cursed.
I can clearly
yeah,
get you off the edge. There you go.
fine.
And I will follow up that shove to here. Okay. That is the end. Oh, okay. I have wounded you. I'll take a momentum for doing that.
Yeah.
We're all fine here, thank you. We can heal and then refresh a force, which is nice.
Yeah.
Pays me back for the look out he's loose. And then I think I'm going to spend a force to say boring conversation anyway. And contest that point with Lord Maul. I realise it will remain yours, but I've created a tie I can later break.
Yeah.
So that force goes back off.
Yeah.
And I take control of. I end my turn. I take control of this point. I control 3 points, 2 of which are the priority point, and score 4.
Yep.
And then it becomes your turn, and you roll for priority.
I certainly do. Yeah.
And it is the 2 points that were priority before.
Right. That's not for the best. All right, deck. Let's see what you're doing. Asajj. Oh well. Okay.
At least this time you have plenty of force to use.
I certainly do. Asajj Ventress. Do I want to spend a force to jump so that I can then focus, or do I simply wish to take the climb action? Who can say? I think I will spend. I think I will spend a force to do a jump, and Asajj will come up here and say, "Hello, Mr. Chewbacca. How are you today?" I will take the focus action. I will. Do I want to take the focus action? Let me just double check my thinking here. Yes. No. Oh. No, that's not a world one I'm getting it. Oh, let me read my card again. No, yeah, I'll spend a force for the focus action. If I, and then I, it won't be on it yet. Spend a force for focus, yes, and I'll spend, no, focus. Spend a force to turn on Nosseri's aura, which gives me, I think, 2 bonus dice, at least. It's at least 1. It's 2 bonus dice. Yeah, so I'm making like a 11 dice attack. Six hits, 2 crits.
4 blocks.
Okay, 4 down my tree it is. That's fine. So you are 10 health, fellows. So
You are 10 health fellow?
I will do 3 damage, a strain, a disarm, a expose, and a free use of a force power.
Is that power force push?
It usually is, isn't it?
Are you about to send a Wookiee flying?
Yes. Goodbye. And then Asajj could, in theory, do up to 2 force jumps, but she doesn't want to. No, to one force jump, but she doesn't want to. I will just take this objective and score a meager 2. And a pity cube. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Let's see what I get from the top of the deck. It's the HK. Right. I see a very clear path to scoring 3. We've decided this is a slightly friendlier game, so I'm going to run through my thinking. I can have a force neutral turn where I am guaranteed to score 3.
Mm-hmm. By
Or I could
walking.
reserve these. Yeah, simply walking will be sufficient to score 3. I might be able to do other things, but simply walking will be sufficient to score 3.
No.
I could reserve them and hope to get the Mandalorian or Han and Chewie, who could take that point back and score 4. But I think those turns are likely to be force expensive, and I could just draw Baylon or Shin. Neither of whom are currently in position to. But both of those could probably take this point as well. But I don't think that the odds are in my favour. I think Luke would probably actually be the worst draw because I'm not sure Luke can get rid of Asajj. So I think the thing to do is to take the safe turn. So I'm going to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. This HK is going to choose to dash towards Lord Maul. This HK is going to choose to dash towards Django.
Yep.
This HK is going to. You know what? I'm going to focus and attack Lord Maul. So 9 dice into Lord Maul.
Very good.
Hopefully this will do something, but if it does nothing, that's okay.
Three blocks.
Cool. I have 5 hits, 2 crits, so I'm going 4 down my tree. That is my tree.
Yep.
Take 5 damage. I shove you twice, and then I reposition. So my angles aren't perfect, but I think they are adequate. Once. Twice. And then the reposition would be simply to pop myself here.
Yep.
And the other guy is going to attack Django Fett. 2 fewer dice.
Yep. Yep.
5 hits.
Just 2 blocks.
3 down my tree then. I do you 3 damage, 2 shoves, and I get to reposition. I don't want to reposition. I'm on a point, but I will shove you twice, and you will reach the edge of the board, and it won't let me push you off the edge of the board, which is nice. So yeah, no, it has let me push you off the edge of the board, which isn't legal. There, you're on the edge of the board.
Yeah.
Okay, a forceless turn, and thinking about it, because I'm still learning these guys, I shouldn't have focused. I should have done that with 1 less dice each and hunkered, because then I'd be elastic and could jump back on points if you pushed me off. But you live, you learn. I will score 3, and I will take control of this point under the HK. and it's over to you.
Yeah. Shatterpoint. Shatterpoint. 3 force. Okay. Hmm. 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 Difficult one. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. I'm going to Shatterpoint Asajj. I may live to regret this. She's going to move thusly, hit that ingress point, and be an inch away from the ladder here.
Alrighty.
Back a bit. Yeah. Yeah. She's going to spend 1 force for a jump. And then we're going to have epic fights. She's going to whack Baylon Skoll with her lightsabers.
Alas, unlike Obi-Wan, Galen doesn't get to use his hunkers as defense dice in combat. He just gets to keep them despite being in combat.
So why are you rolling 6 dice?
Because Form 6 Neman has 6
Oh,
dice
right, yeah, that's the Darth Maul
in melee
card
defense.
thing. Nah, yeah. I forgot about the Darth Maul card problem. Cool. It's 8 dice for me. Yeah, alright, sorry.
I have 2 blocks and a crit to a miss.
I have 6 hits and 2 crits.
Righto.
So, I go 5 down my tree.
Okay.
How many wounds do you have?
10.
Right, okay. I don't want to do 7 wounds to you. I will do a strain, a disarm, an expose, and a pin, 4 damage, and a free force ability, please. Yeah. There's also an expose in there. Sorry.
Oh,
Is it on and not showing in
sorry.
the overlay? Yeah, an
No,
expose.
no. You don't pin me, right?
No, I do pin you. Strain,
Is that
disarm.
on your expertise?
It's here.
Oh, right, I see.
Yeah, 4 damage and 4 ability. Which will be the push, obviously.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, you can go for there. Goodbye. And then Asajj, must you spend for your... Yeah, you must spend for your second jump, which is tragic. But at least you can. Oh no, yeah, I must spend for my second jump. Come on, do the thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna pop her down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely fine by me.
Alright, flip this one. I'm gonna take my symbol back. And I will score 3 because I have the 2 primary objectives,
Plus,
right?
yeah. Putting it
1,
just on my
2,
side,
3,
so you get a momentum as well.
and a pity cube. And then you may roll priority.
Rolling.
Ah, a choice.
Yeah. Where would you? I will flip that assassin droid back. Where would you like to make the other priority?
Right, you've had your Shatterpoint. Okay. I will choose the point that Asajj Ventress is on because I actually have nobody on this other point that I hold right now, and it's trivial to take back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what I get from the top of my deck, and if it's Shinhati, I have to go with her no matter what.
Oof.
It's Shinhati. I have to go with her no matter what.
And she's pinned.
And she's
Oh,
pinned.
hang on,
Oh,
she's immune to pin.
yes,
She...
she was never ever pinned.
Yes. Well, good.
Learning experience.
Never came up. It's fine.
Yep, yep. Right. I could. Right. Okay.
Ben, it's a friendly game. So I'm just going to tell you that Asajj has riposte and you have 2 health.
Yep.
Oh, good.
Also, I don't think I can the only way I could slingshot myself over there would be using the riposte, using the reposition which is in my combat.
Fair.
Right. This is definitely a time where one regrets impatience.
I feel like the best you're going to do is get a wound and score 2, but I'll wait to see it.
Okay. I think I'm going to open with an attack on Jango Fett.
Yeah, he's certainly been clinging on to life for too long.
I'm not going to trouble myself to expose him. I'm just going to attack him. I have 5 hits.
Django
He has
has
4 blocks.
4 blocks, but he has 1 health, so...
I do him 1 damage and I reposition.
Very good.
So that's an attack tree which has given me exactly what I need. I'll take the momentum. I don't think anything else particularly interesting happens when we wound in this particular configuration. I'll repo, ascend the ladder, get myself as far forward as I can while still being within 1 inch of that ladder, check the range, go a little further forward, check the range. That will do me fine. Okay, that was just my attack action.
Yep.
I will then spend a force for Furious Rush,
Uh-huh.
going to here, and therefore staying out of engagement range with the Aquas.
So nobody gets the expose.
Nobody is becoming exposed. I just want the a force for a dash is sometimes something you spend for. And then
Yep.
I'm going to take my move action to advance past the Aquas and to take this point on the right level.
Yep.
And so I'm going to. I've taken my momentum for wounding Django. I'm going to score 3 and put it there. And over to you.
Yep.
You know, for all that I was really ruining impatience, I don't think that was a bad activation.
Wasn't a bad activation, no. Nursery. Well, now then. You could do some stuff. But I think, well, yeah, you can repo. Oh no, you see, the aquadroids have been alive all this time. Yeah, okay.
The Aquadroids are alive.
Just somewhat unhappy with their lot.
They're pinstrained, which is an awful place to be. Pinstrained and 3 off death, which is just a really nasty place to leave someone.
As is often the case, I don't think Nossa has the energy to. I mean, oh, Shin's only got how much health?
2.
2. So there is a world where he kills Shin and takes that point from below it, right?
Yes. Let me just quickly check something. Luke Skywalker, are you in range at this point? No, not even close. It was only a
He's
power.
also dead.
Oh yes, he is also dead.
So okay, I could do that. That would also get me a someone else somewhere else gets to do a dash. It could be more. I keep thinking it can't be more, and then I remember it can be a scoundrel, which Maul certainly is.
Nossa can dash everyone in your list.
You certainly can do that. I don't think there's a way that any random dash is necessarily winning me another point, though. So, but certainly, yeah. All right, we will play Nossa. We'll take the dash on Lord Maul and place him in. Just gonna. That is, yeah, that's contesting range easily. That's fine. And then we will play Nossa Re. He's gonna move to this gap here. and he's going to shoot Shinhati. I could spend a force. Oh, he wakes up, of course. I could spend a force for an extra 1 dice, but how much health do you have? 3.
2.
Yeah, so it's 2 down. Yeah, it's fine. I will just trust to my 6 dice attack, I think.
Okay. I only have 4 dice for ranged defense. I have. I'm so sorry. I have 4 blocks.
Okay. I have yeah, I have 4 hits and a crit. So you are okay. You take a damage and a disarm.
I just take a damage. I am immune to disarm.
Yeah. Sad times. Nearly Nossa. You nearly did the thing. If I had spent that 1 force, but you know, shoulda, woulda, coulda. I will score my 1 and weep slightly into my beer, for I fear I lost the game.
Right.
Yep, you've won, I think, because you're
Yeah,
on.
I have. Yeah, I have control of 3 points. Let's see what's next in my deck. But all I need to do is not somehow throw the game away. I have activated Han and Chewie. I have 4 force. They have a variety of hilarious conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay. Right. Let's start by checking if they're in range of that inactive objective. They are not. Let's check if they're in range of this inactive objective. They are. Okay. Han and Chewie are going to begin their activation. They're going to take the recover action to clear their disarm and their strain.
Yep.
They're going to spend a force for look out, he's loose. And because it pleases my fluff gland, this will be done with Chewbacca.
Mm-hmm.
Where the bloody hell is Han? Oh, Han's all the way over here, isn't he? Right,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Okay, Nossery, become exposed, dash, and then become exposed or disarmed, depending on where you dash.
Uh, all right. Can I
You
make
can't
this?
reach that ladder. I don't think you can reach the ladder, but try.
Ah,
Okay, okay. Good God, what is wrong with this?
everything.
I'm gonna press refresh and gain all my tools back. Have you made it to the ladder? You've made it to the ladder, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't think it helps me marvelously because Shin, it's still only drawn, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So you haven't thrown the game away, but I
yeah.
am out of engagement with Chewbacca.
Right.
So I am disarmed. Is that the?
That is what you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just trying to conserve my little wound.
Yes. Okay.
Please do more things that give me dashes.
Yeah. Let's not do that again.
Simply win the
Um,
game.
Chewie shoots the aquadroids.
Okay. What
I have
is?
2 crits, 4 hits.
Uh, yeah, 2 blocks.
Okay, so that is 4 down my tree. 5 damage is enough to wound you, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
5
yeah,
damage and a pin is enough to wound you.
yeah.
I'll wound the aquadroids. Han takes the attack action, and Han is going to choose to not use Oh, go on. Han's going to shoot Lord Maul. Oh, is there a line? Don't think there's. Oh, this is. It would be really useful to have like a laser line tool, wouldn't it?
That's the kill
Is
team player in
there?
you talking.
I don't think there is a line between Han's corner base to Maul's corner base that doesn't pass through that, is there?
I don't think so. I don't think you've got a
Nope,
shot.
nope. I don't have a shot. I can't get an extra wound from that. I'll pass Han's attack action. I will get a force to boring conversation anyway and clear their exposed for what it's worth. For what it's worth. Or do I mean boring conversation? No, I mean we're all fine here. Thank you. Um, I don't see any use of boring conversation anyway. I end my turn. I score 3. I end the game.
Mm. Mm.
Uh, and at the end of the game, I have conceded 3 wounds and I have inflicted 4 wounds.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well played.
I don't know that I did particularly play well. I think I had a stronger list than you, um,
Mm.
and I think I had a bit of luck. I
Mm.
don't feel, oh, Ben, you played an absolute blinder. It was sort of genius ploy after genius ploy. Um, I just felt like the list worked really well. And you got unlucky sometimes. I am incredibly jammy to have Shin live on 1. That was
Yeah,
pure jam.
yeah. Um, but as Shatterpoint Steve would say to us, what were the decisions that we made such that I was banking on that dice roll to save my bacon, right? Like, I that's given me a lot of thought because it's interesting. The game felt quite close at a lot of points, but at the same time, the reality is I lost in 2 struggles, right? Which is pretty. So I do think perhaps expecting Lord Maul to keep both Asajj and Django solvent in force to do the various things that they would like to do is a bit much, as perhaps I feared.
I think it is if you want to Shatterpoint Asajj. Um,
Yeah,
I think if you're comfortable Shatter saying, look, Asajj, unless Asajj has a really force efficient turn with her own cards,
yeah.
the Shatterpoint probably needs to be more. I think you probably have enough force if you do that.
The point at which I Shatterpointed Asajj and spent a pile of force, I was already on the ropes, and it was a case of this will get me to score 3 because if I do this, I can take both um, priority points. It was very much a Hail Mary move because I abandoned the other point, which you were then able to capitalize on. But like, I at least felt, rightly or wrongly, that I was pretty on the ropes at that point, and I couldn't quite see a way because I looked at doing it with Maul because Maul was approximately where he is, right? If not, no, who's a bit further back at that point, and I feel like one move would have taken Maul to about here, so then he's not in range. I, that's possibly a play then where he could have like pulled Baylon down potentially with his diceless displacement, and then I don't know. Maybe I could have done it with Maul if I thought a bit harder. If I'd managed to pull you down, depending on exactly where you were, maybe I could have pulled you down such that you weren't in melee and then executed the climb, and then maybe, because the models aren't in quite the right place, maybe I'd have been in. I, but looking at it, without like moving all the miniatures, I looked at it and thought, I don't think Maul can manage it with his tools of 2 moves and his diceless to get Baylon off this point. Whereas I knew Asajj would get there, have a go at swinging at Baylon, and have the insurance policy of the push and take the 3. Um, yeah, nah, yeah, yeah, yeah. a little bit of a
For what
struggle. Go on.
what it's worth, I don't think you have a bad list here.
Okay.
I'm not sure you have a great list, as in sort of truly brilliant, like really powerful.
It's funny because
But I think you have a very solid list.
the first thing you said was, "I don't think I played very well. I just had a better list," which
Yes,
made me think,
I think
"Oh,
this. I think my list. No, I think my list is kind of horrifyingly good.
oh, you think you've
Um,
tapped the emergent meta? I see. I'm with you."
yeah, I think so. I the way I am feeling right at this instant, and I think more games, more reflection. I'm not sort of saying I know this. I've seen the Matrix. I feel like I have been playing with weak pieces and weak lists, and that I've just strapped on a strong list, and I'm just seeing the difference in how it feels.
Yeah, maybe,
Um,
maybe. I don't know. It seemed to me a lot of time in the game you were saying, "Oh, I could spend honkers for expertise, but it's not going to help me." I think you said that at least 3 times. I don't know if you felt the list was powerful. I mean, hey, it won in 2 struggles, so I just came to the conclusion that you outplayed me with player skill. But obviously, you're inside your own head and not me.
I think Shinhati's really good, and I think the HKs are really good. And I know that sounds mad because um, they're not the big headliners of the box. But and I realised that Shin spent a lot of that game on very few wounds and had some very jammy escapes.
Yeah,
But just he consistently like shot across the board, did things, was really good. And then every so often, like the HKs would come up, and I would just go, "Oh, I can take a point and spend no force. Um, sure, let's do that, and then let's gamble on some pushes. Maybe they'll push, maybe they won't. But hey, they can toddle up 2 bodies, spend force." And I wasn't even using them as well as I could. I kept forgetting to hunker them, which would have made them stickier on points.
yeah. I
Um,
think
so I think the HKs and Shin are really good.
I think the HKs, Magna God wish they were the HKs. Having that free short move on a tactic, and otherwise being pretty robustly similar to Magna's, with the 2 shoves on 1 and 2,
Um,
is pretty
they're
cool.
Magnus. They're Magnus who are made of glass,
Yeah, they do only have 7 wounds and not 9. That's true.
and their defensive expertise. Like Magnus have really good defensive expertise. It's 1-on-1, 2-on-2.
But
These guys have these. Admittedly, these guys have one and crit mitigation, but they have one and crit mitigation until 4.
I think what I didn't.
Um,
I think what I. The first thing I did with them was I moved it. I charged in with Lord Maul, and then they went, "Cool. Well, now we have protection for like the."
yeah.
And even if the other HK is off doing something else, not near a primary, it's like cool. But now we have protection because this primary's standing here.
Um, no, in
No.
the same way that Shores don't.
Oh,
When
is it?
a character in this unit is engaged with one or more enemy primary characters, that's the character,
Okay.
not the unit, has
But
protection
still,
and steadfast.
I think a lot of people read the HKs and went, "These are useless because why would you ever hunt primaries with them?" Well, the answer is you're not hunting primaries with them. You're putting them on points on the midline, and people quite like to send their primaries into them, right?
Mm.
And then they go cool, um, and then Darth Maul killed them, and then they woke up and went cool. Now we've got 11 dice. Get off my point.
Yeah. So yeah, I thought the HKs were good.
Yeah, yeah,
Like Han and Chewie are good is not news.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I do. Um, Ho ho ho, we're Force users now was surprisingly fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, which is just nice. Um, I really reckon Luke Skywalker, and I think you're the weird one, frankly. In that I really reckon Luke Skywalker, and I think that's the consensus view.
Luke,
Um,
what did he do for you?
he moved himself. He moved 2 more. Like he only got 1 activation, and in that activation, he moved Han Chewie onto a point and put himself in a position to get onto a point quite easily if he got another
Yeah.
activation, which he didn't. Like,
From my perspective, Luke just did what he always did. He moved forward onto the midline and then died because he has 7 wounds. He did do an out of activation move on Han and Chewie, which is nice. I would just put it to that there are many secondaries in the game that can do a move on somebody else in different places. But yeah, like, no, it's not nothing. He puts a repo on a character.
it is just Han and
It is
Chewie.
just Han
It
and
is just
Chewie in
Han and
this
Chewie for
list.
this,
Yeah,
or himself if he wishes
yeah,
to
yeah,
move a very
yeah, yeah.
great distance.
And in fairness, that is an argument for not putting in base and turret, even if they didn't get nerfed, right? Because then you wouldn't have a movement target for I'm here to rescue you if that's something you wanted to care about.
Yeah, I
And
think
you
actually maybe.
also wouldn't have the ability to go force for a force for being a force user, um,
Yeah,
which is
I'm.
interesting given the discourse that people have where people say Han and Chewie are strictly worse than Baze and Turret in every way.
Yeah, I'm starting to be convinced of your point of view. Um, yeah, I really like this list. I think it really did work. Baylon didn't, but I don't think that's anything particularly to do with Baylon. Um, I was left in a annoying situation where I budgeted a bunch of force ready for Baylon to have a great big turn, and you successfully engineered it to go, I know it's Baylon's turn next. I will make it so the most productive thing he can do is walk onto a point and stand there.
Yeah,
And I went, I have this big pile of force. I guess I will turn it into a million hunkers. Which wasn't a particularly thoughtful decision because Baylon can't wake up with his hunkers and keep them like everyone else can.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but I don't know what better I could have done with the force. You did point out I could have removed Shin's pin,
Which
but
she
then we
shouldn't have
realized
had.
later she was immune to pin.
I think Baylon didn't do anything, but he's like Obi-Wan in that he did a bunch of stuff by existing on the board, right? His bottom 2 abilities did things for you in the game. He just didn't
Yeah,
have a big turn. And he did also did he just have 1 activation?
he did just have the one activation.
Yeah. Well, he had the threat of moving Shin Hati, I suppose, was a thing that he could have done, but
Yeah,
yeah.
and
No.
and in terms of things he did for me,
Yeah.
he didn't die. As in, you dived in with Asajj Ventress, rolled a pile of dice. Some primaries would have conceded a wound at that point, and he did not concede a wound.
Yeah. 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 I'm not. I think your list is good. I am not wonderfully enamored with my list, but then in fairness, I have slightly hamstrung myself. This is not a list I properly reckon. This is a list that I'm trying to make the B list for a Thremia, right? This is half a list that I reckon, and me trying to kind of go, what's the other half going to look like? Is it going to be okay? Um, so I'm not mad at losing that. It felt a lot closer than the scoreline would suggest.
I I think my list must be very good because I feel like I played badly and won in 2 struggles.
Hmm. 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 Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Shall we try and help each other out with best play and worst blunder?
Yes. I. Yeah. I am
I
pretty sure at
sorry,
some point I wounded something with Asajj and forgot to give myself a force, so that would have helped. But yeah, did she wound
there wasn't.
something, or did she not wound something?
Uh, she had 2 activations. Did she just have 2 activations? Yes, no, she had 3 activations, and the things she did,
No, she
she
didn't ruin
ran.
anything. She like mostly
Yeah,
killed a bunch of things.
yeah,
Yeah,
she ran
because
into the Mandalorian, gave him a bunch of
which
conditions,
let the pirates all
and
in. No.
then she jumped up,
Yeah.
wailed on Chewbacca, and shoved him off a building,
Yeah.
and then she flew across the board, wailed on Baylon Skoll, and shoved him off a building.
Yeah.
Um, I think your biggest blunder, and this was not a big blunder. You ran up to attack the Mandalorian,
Yeah.
and you opted to spend your last force on giving yourself more dice. And I looked at that and went, I would have saved that force for an insurance jump. If I just completely whip into the Mandalorian, I can just jump up.
Yeah. Uh. Yeah.
And you
That's
ended
fair.
up not claiming the point. Um, and I think that was at the dawn of Struggle 2, and like sort of having when you've lost Struggle 1, it's really bad not to get on the front foot at the dawn of Struggle 2.
Yeah. I'm not. I can't believe I did that. I didn't even see that at the time either. Unless I. Yeah. Did I not use my? Yeah. Hot damn. I just got micro focused on what I was trying to do in my life. I didn't see that. Yeah, yeah, no, that's fair. That is a blunder. Um, I don't, I don't think you had any proper tactical blunders. I think all of your blunders were consistently not knowing your brand new cards very well. So, like you already said a couple of times, avoidance protocols on the HKs exists. You decided to stack hunkers onto Baylon, which was a bit fruitless. I don't know what else he could have done, but maybe there was something else there. Um, I
And the fact that Shin wasn't pinned means that if I'd been playing it right, I should have been looking, is there a way to repo Shin?
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
maybe if I'd repoed Shin, she wouldn't have when I act. I know ultimately she did get across. I ended up seeing the path,
Yeah,
but maybe I would not have been so dice dependent
yeah,
when she came up. And like I think with this deck, you need to accept that every deck you're going to get a Shin turn, and it will come when it comes, and you don't get a choice in the matter.
yeah. I think your best play was definitely that Shin move at the end there. I didn't see that. Uh, the repo, the dash, and then the move across the top.
Yeah. I think that was my best play. I think my worst play was getting to hunker the HKs. Um, I don't think we can make it your best play, but I want to mention it. You played your Aquadroid activation incredibly well, and twice came within like a hair's breadth of taking a second point with it. I was sweating all the way through that activation, was like because I was like, oh crap, he has seen lines I don't see. He's coming for that point, and then you didn't quite take it, and that happened twice. And so I don't
Yeah,
think it can be a best play, but it was such a near miss. I feel it's worth commenting on.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, I think I think your weak ways came in clutch, killing the Mandalorian and taking the point. I think that was quite a clutch play.
It is an ice cold take, but the weak ways are quite good. Um, like, yeah, man, we're spending at most one force in a turn, and by the way, we can just do a casual like 2 8 dice melee attacks. And yeah, what one expertise is 2 hits. It's like it's pretty good.
I don't know that this solves. Maybe you will think that this resulting Premier list is better.
Hmm.
What do you think of this list with Asajj replaced with Rift Amazon?
Riff is a piece that I need to get more practice with. I have played him a few times. I don't do that well with Riff usually, but that's probably not because I think Riff is a bit tricky. Um, you're probably right. Right? No, yeah, like you're probably right. I think it is eccentric of me to be determined to try and make Asajj work, especially as we move away from potentially from such a revenge heavy meta, perhaps. And diceless becomes less of a thing that you really want to value. Um, one certainly could play Riftbox, and on the surface, Riff and Asajj are quite similar in a lot of ways, right? They are both 9 wound damage dealers that largely are lone wolfing it about, but Rift demands a little less force. I think that's a good shout. It's just one of those things where you know the meme where the guy gets the scroll of truth and then throws it into the river? Because I like Asajj.
And you're speaking like I have enjoyed playing this Baylon Skoll list because I like Baylon Skoll.
Yeah,
I will continue rotating through a cast of characters to go with Baylon Skoll. I may run him with Mando in the end. I may run him with Princess Leia. I may run him with Maul.
yeah.
But whether he's good, whether it's good or not, my other list that I take to UKGE will have Darth Vader in it because ultimately I love Darth Vader, and I think you like Count Dooku, and you want to run Count Dooku and his right hand woman, Sith Assassin Lady, and that's
Yeah.
um maybe like if I was yeah if I was really devoted, I would run Veers and Land. I would run Vader and Lando and just go, yep. I like that scene in The Empire Strikes Back. This is what I want to play, but I'm not that devoted. I'm not going to try and grind Vader Lando until I make it work.
You really do like that scene in The Empire Strikes Back. It's a really interesting one because I never know how long we should I never know how long we should keep recording these because I never know how much people care about the sort of list building questions. Riff's coming up onto the screen now for anybody that's watching at home. I've got Riff open on Shatterpoint DB. Riff is he's such an interesting guy. He is a bit less force hungry, right? Than Asajj. He only wants to spend like well. Then again, is that true? Because his hit and run is a thing that you can spend a lot of the time. Yeah, I think. No, I was halfway through a thought that was like, do you still want to run Maul in that list? But I actually think you do, because I actually do think Riff can use that. Oh, do you know what the real problem here is, Ben? Is that my Riff Tamsin model isn't painted, but I can probably knock him out in a weekend. He's only like 2 colours.
Do you have a name for your list? Because I'm entering it into my spreadsheet.
Yes, yes, I have a name for my list. I did a U and made a name for my list. Pirates by the River.
Cool. I have named this one Mercenaries of the Outer Rim, which I think certainly makes sense of the two primaries. It is worth noting that the Mandalorian squad is a fluff abomination. Um, to the extent we're caring about that,
Yeah.
because yeah, those people never worked with the Mandalorian and certainly never worked with Baylon Scott. And
Well,
that's not it's
well,
not even sort of
well,
it could have happened.
well. As someone that recently rewatched, because we were watching more Shadow Lord, and then Helen's like, "Who's this Dryden Ross fella?" And I was like, "Oh, you've never seen Solo," so we had to rewatch the whole of Solo, right? Um, you know, Han and Chewie, there's a moment in time where they would have worked with scumbags.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Depending on how narrowly you're intent on defining that particular card as, you know, he is in the stormtrooper armor, so it's like that moment, but mentally he's still the Han from the Solo film at that point, right?
oh yeah, with Han and Chewie in it for the money, I very much take the attitude that Han's probably dressed as a stormtrooper a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. In my mind, Lando, Bosk, Han and Chewie in it for the money. That is a fluffy squad.
Yeah.
The 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 problem is that I keep trying to work this out in my head.
Yep.
How old is Shin Hati at the time of the original trilogy?
Oh, I don't know. Probably not old enough.
Yeah, I think she's like 22 in Ahsoka. And so I think at the time of the original trilogy, so like the Battle of Yavin, she's like 12.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like if you do any pre-Battle of Yavin, Han and Chewie are scoundrels, I think she's about 10. And like
Yeah.
I'm certain that Baylon was out there. He may even have been working as a mercenary. He may even have had Shin Hati in tow, but I don't think that her card can represent a 10-year-old.
Yeah, probably not. You could have exciting headcanon for why Luke Skywalker ends up hanging out with scumbags, right? I mean, you got
You
to
could.
remember, at the start of A New Hope, he wanted to run away and join the Imperial Academy. Like, he didn't have a whole big grasp of like the Galactic Civil War and who were the goodies and who were the baddies. He just wanted to not be in his uncle's moisture farm or on Tatooine. So there's definitely a future. There's definitely a world where he goes to Mos Eisley, runs into Han and Chewie, and because he is Luke Skywalker, I don't know, he gets into a fight. He does surprisingly well.
You are not wrong. Yeah. The other team I thought we'll save that for after the recording.
Yeah, we have rambled on quite a lot. That's fair. That's fair. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you have any list suggestions, please do pop them in the comments for me. Obviously, I have very little time, and there's a world where the rebalance doesn't come out in the next like week and a half, and I end up playing Cassie and Mando and other stuff like that, and having a wonderful time with that stuff. So the only thing that remains for me to do is to flip the table in an inarticulate rage. That's done. There we go. Off we go. Goodbye to all of the things at the table. Oh, don't they look beautiful sailing into the sun? I love the way that the struggle cards and all the things that are hidden on the side table just don't disperse. Good. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I will have to think about what I'm going to say next. Next week is thin on the ground for content, I'm afraid. So there's no Tuesday live stream because I have to go to a sixth form college thing with my stepchild. And there's also not this because we do this every other week these days. So but there will be a Monday video, so look forward to that. All right, see you then, guys. Bye bye. 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 Bye.
Have an excellent evening, people.